Welcome to Journeys with Jason George, episode 50. I stand for comedy. I thought I'd do something different for the 50th episode.
So today I'm about to do something that I've never done before. I remember as a kid seeing a few stand-up comedians doing their bits, and I always wanted to give it a try. So I got this opportunity and I'm going to give it a shot. Let me know what you think of it. Feedback welcome. Hope you're having a good one.
I don't think this is, I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm being very vulnerable right now because nobody knows this story except the girl involved. So.
I might.
The next performer might know. We have not talked about it yet, but I think it's going to be hilarious. This is going to be funny. So I met this guy actually on Tinder. Or it was Bumble. He's in agreement. It was Bumble. We were talking, and I have to admit, I got a little worried, so I just kind of told him I was talking to somebody else, and he was just like, cool, lucky guy. The next week, I went to the farmer's market with my friend. She goes, I have to go see this guy. I'm like, okay, no problem. We roll up to the guy's tent, and they start talking, and they're flirting, and I'm just like, holy God, this is really awkward. I don't know if this guy knows who I am. So then we went out that night, and I just continued to like be the third wheel of this failed Bumble meeting. So for me, it was awkward. For them, it was great. They were having a great time. I'm just like, I still don't know if they know that I matched with this guy. I don't know. This is, I don't know. Anybody online dating here? Anyways, let me just bring up our next performer. He's an amazing photographer. I might throw him under the bus and say that this is his first time up here. So let's give a big round of applause for Jason George.
I had no clue about that story. I'm gonna mess it up. Thank you so much. We can go on a date if you want.
Yeah.
So this is my first time, and I hope you enjoy what I've prepared. So. Is that what you're gonna tell her? I don't have that much time, sir. My game's not that good. So my name's Jason, and I'm a wildlife photographer. And
go to his YouTube channel.
Yes, you can check out my YouTube channel. It's Jason George Photography. There's some cool stuff on there. But this story actually begins a few years ago. Well, actually before I was born. Bam, I came out 5 weeks early weighing 9'6". Sorry, Mom. Life was a little bit tough for me at the beginning of life. I'm dyslexic. I didn't learn how to speak for the longest time. I said my first word at 4. I had a speech therapist, and it was struggles at school. My whole life I wanted to be a teacher. But getting 50s and 60s during high school is not very good. And those were like friendly 50s and 60s. But somehow I figured out school, and then like, I'm now getting like 80s, it's grade 13, that's how old I am. I'm like, yeah. But my marks suck. I can't get into teachers college in Canada. So I've got 3 options. Australia, USA, or Scotland. The World Cup was in Germany, so I went to Scotland. I legitimately could get my diploma and go to the World Cup. Yeah, that's a great way to go. So while I was in Scotland, that year I went to 25 countries. Well, 25 plus countries. It was a great time. And I got to play hockey. Yeah, that's a big thing. I actually got to play hockey with the first black teammate ever in my life in Scotland. Name a Scottish hockey player. Exactly. So I go to Scotland and I finally have a black hockey teammate, and it's amazing. My line is the most dominating line in the country. We win the Scottish Cup in 06, and everyone fears the Oreo line. 2 black guys and a white guy. Sorry. But I'm a little bit lazy. So some of you run 10K. While I was in Scotland, I decided to raise money for breast cancer because I think that breasts are important and I want to beat cancer. So instead of just running 10K because I'm lazy, I dropped 10K and I fell out of a plane. It was a great time. I'm afraid of heights. School was finished and I was like, oh man, this was amazing. I loved it, and I actually got a diploma, and I left and I go to the airport and I'm like, hey, this is my ticket for the flight. Where is it? They're like, it left yesterday. I wish I was going to France and actually was there ready to go on the day up, but I figure it out and I end up going on my trip and I start 6 weeks of backpacking. It's amazing. I have a blast. I meet some really cool people. I get to be in Sean Paul's entourage. Do we know? Some people know who he is? Right? It was a pretty cool time being in Sean Paul's entourage. For some of you who don't know, like Sean Paul, right? Maybe that's as soon as they say, "Oh, that guy with the dreads," like, sorry, he looks like this. Yeah, there you sorry, go. Like that. Maybe like that. Sorry. No, Sean Paul's in the crowd. Yeah, buddy. I also got to touch a vial of Jesus's blood. I don't know if it's true, but you know, I'm going to touch the vial anyways. I went to Delphi, which is like the center of the earth, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently it's cool, so I went and did it. And I did a whole bunch of really cool things. And I came back with $49 in my bank account. Yeah, that's right, $49. I was ready to go. Life was awesome. I had my teaching diploma and I just had a good time. And then I got this phone call. Yo, Jay, do you want to be on the cover of a magazine? I'm like, yo, ho, ho, ho. What kid doesn't want to be on the cover of a magazine? Never heard of the magazine, though. Talk to my buddy. It's called Fab Magazine. Unfortunately, that means someone might know what it is. It's a gay scene magazine. Oh man, I'm on a Vespa. Funny thing is, the map in the background is actually from Germany. That's where the World Cup was. So there's no funny stuff. It's just a gay scene magazine. It's not like porno or anything. So it's pretty cool. I did it. And just as the magazine is actually about to come out, I get offered a teaching contract. Yeah. Science and business. Yeah. I'm a gym teacher. My grade 9 business was a 56. But don't worry, I had grade 8 experience selling porn magazines. Yo, I made serious money. I found my dad's porn, sold it. Went to the corner store, no one really, the guy was white. I said I was 18, he's like, yep, showed him ID, he's like, black guy, you black, yep, cool. Wasn't illegal, I just started selling 3 packs of porn for 20 bucks. It was amazing. Great, great gig. Except for now, Pornhub would have taken me out. And then, I'm also teaching science. Awesome. I'm nose deep in flower reproduction. Fantastic. Well, that's better than being balls deep in health reproduction the next year. So I accepted the job and I actually start teaching it. And I'm there for 8 years and I love it. I have my dream job. And then there's some black stuff that happens and like I start like hating life, but like I decide to, like most people when they have a relationship and it's not going well, we kind of like stick with it and it's like, oh man, we're gonna go through it. And like, yeah. And I was like, you know, this is my lifelong dream, peace. And I leave. I retire from teaching to become a wildlife photographer. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I don't have that many followers, so if you want, like, that'd be cool if you follow me. yeah, I have to get like 1,000 followers to like potentially start making money, but yeah, it's okay if you don't follow, but it would be cool. So after 8 years of teaching, I'm now decided I'm leaving. Well, it actually ends up being like 10 years, and I decide I'm gonna leave teaching because I've had some really cool wildlife experiences. I've swam with, I went cage diving with great white sharks. I've run with the bulls in Spain. I saw some guy die. I went into the Amazon jungle and I swam in the river, and like there was a 16-foot anaconda around the corner, and like, yeah, I didn't get pictures of that, but I have some pretty cool pictures. So if you check out my Instagram, you'll see some of those. On my website, you'll see some of those. But honestly, I'm actually, like, the one thing I forgot about doing what I do is I'm actually terrified of animals. So I retired from teaching that I wanted to be my whole life to be like, yo, I'm afraid of animals and I'm gonna be a wildlife photographer. Yeah, no one said I was the smartest guy. Definitely not the smartest guy in the room. But I'm doing pretty well, I think. I've been published in Reader's Digest, which, like, for the people who are a little bit older, that's pretty cool, because for the younger people, they're like, who? I'm like, no, it's a thing that you read, and it's like a booky thing. They're like, oh. Yeah, basically, it's toilet reading. That's, yeah, it's awesome. And then I also do presentations around the world. Actually, right now, I did presentations in Jamaica just before the, like, whatever recently has happened. But don't worry, I'm going back to Jamaica. I'm going to fix everything. I'm working on book 3, and when I get back to Jamaica, we're going to solve all the problems, I hope, because that's all I can do. I can hope. But I am working now on book 3 because I just released a book, and I started this series of books. So it's pretty cool. It's actually called, like, The World with Jason George. Canada. And my buddy Jamie, he actually drew all the pictures, and it's pretty cool. And I hope that you've enjoyed the journey and the talk that I had for you. And honestly, I tell you a little bit about, like, my love life and stuff, but fortunately, you know, it's not the greatest, so like, I wasn't even going to talk about all of my fantastic stories, but yeah, I have a better chance of finding a male snowy owl in a snowstorm.
So that was a fun experience. I think I really enjoyed it, and I would definitely do it again if I got the opportunity. There's definitely some things I need to improve on. Please feel free to give me some feedback. Positive and negative is welcome. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Have a good one. Thank you, Lyndsay, for this opportunity. Head to my website to find more about The World with Jason George or my Prowl Pass. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and enjoy the wildlife.